That ain't better. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
See my hold on, so I'll be trying to cover up stuff.
Okay, just let him see. Let it be. We can't worry about that because we're here now.
Cause I've noticed in previous videos they like to definitely analyze your background.
Let him
Be
analyze.
worried about your background instead of the message.
Let him analyze. Sometimes what I've noticed is, but this is just me. Um, there would be certain things that would draw me to people's videos, and sometimes it could be the bed. I like the way the bed looks. And sometimes, just depending the moment I click on the video, just because I like the way the bed looked, you could say something that I needed to hear, and so it makes me stick around for the video. So, with that being said, I would don't worry about it because this is what's supposed to happen. This is the background that's supposed to be right now. This is I think we forget about how other things play in God's timing, in divine timing, right? Even the things that we think are unimportant.
Yeah.
Or we think, oh, it's not aesthetically pleasing, so I can't post the video or make the video. No, still do the video. Y'all have been with us since day one. Well, for the ones who have been with day one, y'all know where we've started from college days, us being in our dorm room, to us having an actual nice background setup. We were able to get our names put in these lights. Y'all seen it. It's cute. To even being in this room, right? Y'all been there, and it's just to show you that it doesn't matter if you don't have what the popular people got.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, because as long as you're doing something you love, that you're enjoying, and that you're sharing positivity and love to other people, that doesn't matter. And little do you know, we all like different things. That's going to be the thing that attracts.
For sure.
Right.
It'd be small stuff like that.
That's it. Because I know that's what happens for me. Like, for a year straight, you remember, I think I'd done this with you, to where I had my book, Reflections of God. I just came up with the decision to just give it away to people. But then I started asking myself, well, how would I know who to give it to? And I said, well, let's start off small, start simple. The moment they have something on that you like, if it's something cute on, or if they have my favorite color on, very simple. If I like the way their nails looked, if I like the way they just looked in general, if I just like their aura, their energy, you got a free book.
Yeah.
We don't have to overthink that, because I think that the things that the things that we think are unimportant be the very thing that is important.
For sure. So, it just be my mindset and what I look for when I'm looking at YouTube videos, and I just know in the past,
beautiful thing is we're all different. We all like different things.
Yeah. And that was just me being transparently speaking out loud of, just what my little mindset was on it. Because I know if I'm thinking it, somebody else is thinking it.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
But yeah, it is what it is.
I'm just here to share a different perspective or light on it. Because granted, it's not to say that people aren't thinking like exactly what you're saying, because it is. It's so many people in the world. But there's also people who are be like, it's going to think just like how I just thought. And
because if y'all go back to the videos that before this situation, my it was one video where we was folding. I was in the middle of folding, and so the clothes were in the back.
I did not even notice that.
But this was back when YouTube wasn't nobody getting paid. It wasn't like that. We was doing shit for fun.
Right. I think
we wasn't doing shit for clicks and likes and stuff. And subscribers. Like, we didn't really care about that then. We were just
I think we should continue to not care about it.
Yeah.
Because that's us doing us. That's the one thing I think I really like about our videos.
I mean, if I cared that much, we wouldn't have been doing the video. Right. Period. But I was just like, oh, I can see my brows back there. So
they got a free show of brows.
No, let's just cover that up.
I mean, because you can see it at Walmart. You can walk into a store and see it.
My head doing justice right now. Okay. Thank you.
I'll let you have it.
Yeah. Nah, but it's Friday, the 13th, actually.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. And I forgot to say last week, it was actually that day we found out that Rich Homie Quan passed away. R.I.P. to him.
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy. because the week before when we posted, or I think we took a little break actually, but when we posted last, Beat King had got up out of here. So just prayers to people's families right now, and just the world right now. It's a lot of things going on. It's a lot of things going on. And that's why we're here, to make sure that we're checking in on ourselves and making sure we good, over here.
That part.
Doing what we do best, and checking in.
That part.
Just making sure we good on the mental side, and y'all too, while y'all here with us. We appreciate that. We all just talking it out right now. It's a talk session.
You're funny. How'd you say it?
Session. By meant session.
That's what's funny is, how some people be like, oh, well, this is what my mama would say, right? In certain situations, if I like do something goofy or clumsy, my mom likes to think that, oh, that's because you must be lit or you must be feeling good. And I'm like, I can't just naturally be this way. I can't be naturally off life and just a little clumsy, just human sometimes. That's how you was kind of taking a really good nap earlier and you was just into it.
Oh, yeah.
Your words has to catch up to what's happening. Okay?
Because that's been my week. It's been Mother Nature's week. And honey, she been doing her thing, okay? And I've been, when I say trying to do as much resting as possible, because that's what my body wants to do. And so I'm letting it do what it do. While I have the chance.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? While I have the opportunity, I'm taking them. I'm taking them. Because I remember a time where I didn't have time to sleep. I just didn't have, it wasn't in my schedule.
That part.
So I'm definitely enjoying this new season of being able to rest. Yeah. So I'm taking it.
Oh,
because here soon, I'm pretty sure I'm about to be right back up, right back turned up. So trying to take the opportunity now.
I don't think you're going to be back turned up, or if you do get back turned up, I think it'll be it'll be on a different type of level.
No, for sure. No, for sure. Because I'm gaining more knowledge about how to do things.
Right, and it's really just incorporating your rest into the turned up, to where it's not going to be, it's a balance of it.
Yeah.
You're understanding.
Because I just realized I'm just a much better person when I've had rest.
For real, that's what I could realize too, girl. Because like I would be pushing myself to hit like poetry events or something like that. Hadn't had a nap. Like the only thing I've done is probably like practiced the poem and physically gotten ready.
Yeah.
But and it's not to say I didn't sleep the day before or something like that. Like I probably would have gotten my rest. But one thing I do notice, just depending on how late the event is, I need a nap. And it would even, what would make me even better that I try not to admit? Food.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like to eat right before an event, before I have to perform for an event. But it doesn't mean that I shouldn't go. It don't mean I need to go all day without eating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's learning that, you need to make time for that. And also for me, realizing the difference between Jazzmen, who had a 9-to-5 job, and Jazzmen, who has a career and is an artist. And Jazzmen, who is a creative and artist, needs things to be the best creative artist she can be.
Yeah.
9-to-5 Jazzmen did not require a lot. Okay? This new Jazzmen does. And I have to find that balance and get used to that, because I'm not used to giving myself as much as what I've been giving myself lately. I'm very grateful that I can do it, because I didn't think I would be able to do something like this, but I am. And it's nothing wrong with that, right?
But it's a new schedule for you.
Right.
So it's the
I got a lot more freedom.
Pivoting.
It's like what to do with my time with myself.
Right. And that's why for me, I do use the blueprint of a 9-to-5. If that makes sense. So like I still try, even though I'm pretty much an entrepreneur right now myself. So, I mean, I try to still kind of go by like a work schedule though, to kind of keep the routine a little bit.
I do.
The same, but I
Excuse
do
me, y'all.
have, even with that, I do have to realize, well, Candice, you don't work a 9 to 5, so you can do what you want to do.
Exactly.
But it's like, it's just better for me to like keep it in a 9 to 5 standard
And I get
kind of thing.
I get that. I try to tell myself that that's something I should possibly just do it, line it up like that. But I don't like. I think that's just the Sagittarius in me. I don't like routine. That's what I'm noticing. I don't like it.
I'm more of a routine girl because
Yeah.
I have a child. So
Right.
really a lot of that, because to be honest, I wasn't a routine kind of person really until Nessa got here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of been forced into a routine, because you got to have that with children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can, but I haven't grew up around that to see that work, so I got to go to what I know, which is routine. So that's the reason why I'm pretty well off with routines, and much better functioning with a routine, on my end. So
Girl, it's hot up here.
that's why I had the fan
right,
on.
and I understand. I get that now.
The air is on.
It's just like I'm sweating, and I'm like,
I got a piece of mail. Up there.
Up there.
Yeah, I got a piece of mail right there.
I'm almost at water.
If you get this little, right there, yeah, it's a little that thick paper.
Thick paper.
Mm-hmm. You touching it? The one up under it.
Oh,
yeah, it's like a flyer.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's more like a fan.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But my air is actually blowing a lot better now.
No, I know. I remember when I spent the night, I was freezing cold. Mm-hmm. That's why I had 2 blankets.
They fixed it. I was like, dang, they fixed it right when we about to switch over to the heat now. So I hope my heat is just hitting
it's
just
like
as
the
hard.
heat. The heat we never have to worry about the heat.
I know.
It's the AC that be going up, but the heat seems to always.
But I'm glad I got it fixed now, I guess. So when it comes back around, or whenever I need my air, it's blowing much better.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
But I have some good news. My car is in the process of getting the parts in or whatever. So waiting on that. That's good news for me. The only thing is, like, with this week being so sluggish with Mother Nature in a way, I still am a little behind trying to get my rental paid. Baby, these rentals is out of hand. But we praising God anyway that we got something to roll in, and we doing what I need to do. But yeah, we don't have to. Well, God gonna make his way. Okay, I try not to too much worry about it. I just try to live my life, and when the bills come and they do, I'll look in that bank account and see if I got it. If I ain't got it, then I'm working towards getting it. Right now, when I get it, I'll get it. Depending on
what bill it is.
That's just where I'm at right now.
You may or may not get paid.
I'm just with the bills right now. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I used to keep up with the dates really closely and all that good stuff, but nowadays I'm really just like, oh, that's due tomorrow. Okay, let me see if that's where
I gotta eat today. Tomorrow ain't promised.
I'm just saying, that's where I'm at right now. All right, that's where I'm at, and it's all good.
God told me not to worry about tomorrow or next week. So if we're able to do next week, it's just like, I don't. I think you should take it up with God and not me, because I'm just here. What was that mean? I'm just a baby. I'm just God's child, and you want me to do a lot.
Yeah.
And all I can do is what I can. I'm not in control of a lot but myself.
No, for real. That's me still.
There's just a few. Look, girl, and I'm yawning too. That's why I'm like, girl, it's like I'm sleepy.
I told you, Mother Nature, and I'm trying to tell you, I just feel like I'm usually not this drowsy, but I have been so drowsy and drained this whole week. I've been doing that, so that's my week, honey. But I know I didn't get a chance to journal this week, but I know I'm gonna follow after you with your journal entry and just put in my 2 cents.
Okay.
Of any alignments that may be happening for me with that journal entry.
Okay. Yeah, I actually did. I have the last time I journaled for this year. The last time I journaled was actually like September. Hold on. September 8th. This is my current journal that I'm writing in, and the last time I've journaled was September 8th at 3:33 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
What's today? The 13th.
Yep.
So it's been some days since I've actually physically journaled, but we're not going to actually go out of this journal because I haven't been journaling this week, right?
Yeah.
So we're not going to go off that. But I did pull out last year's journal.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to go like that because I'm thinking the camera.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, no, this way. Anywho, so this is my journal from last year. And
funny.
I'm going to pull from September 12th of 2023. And just so happened on this day, I did a shadow work from my shadow work journal. I don't know if y'all remember that being real popular on TikTok once upon a time. I was influenced. I got the journal and I did some things within the journal.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really helpful. I enjoyed it. I still kind of use it sometimes to this day, just getting the prompts and just writing out from the prompts, whatever. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Definitely a tool that you can use if you're interested. But yeah, so September 12th of last year, the journal entry or prompt from the shadow work journal was facing your fears. What is your biggest fear in life? And I had wrote, I don't like getting this vulnerable with y'all, but I'm going to get vulnerable with y'all. So this time last year, my biggest fear in life, or what I admitted to in this journal entry, once upon a time, my biggest fear was disappointing my father. Okay? I'm judging myself right now.
Because where you're in, and that's definitely different now.
That was like, and I get that, right? That's my biggest fear.
It's like it's nowhere near that now.
It ain't.
Yeah.
Really, because look, what I tell you, we've been that disappointment.
Yeah. Somebody got to be what they call
the problem child. It was just me.
The black sheep.
It's me. I wanted more things in life, so it had to be me. I was the one.
Yeah.
You have to, literally, God will make you go through your fears. Mm-hmm. And it's not to belittle you or make you feel powerless or any of that nature. It's really to show you that it's an illusion.
Yeah.
It does not matter. Okay? Mm-hmm. Talking to myself. I'm looking at myself, talking to myself. It does not matter, Jazzmen. Mm-hmm. Do what you want to do.
And that comes from the title of what I named it, which is...
What did you name this, girl? Because you didn't know
consistent.
I was going. You're funny.
Being consistent.
But we've been talking about it. It always ends up like we'll align up to it because we've been talking about the consistency of things or being persistent. What's even more interesting, I've been running across this, which I've heard of this before, right? But I keep running across this quote, and it does say that a stream of water can cut through rock with persistence. Mm-hmm. Think about it. Water, not a solid thing. Mm-hmm. Water can cut through something solid, a rock. Not as a rock. This isn't a metaphor. This isn't a riddle. I'm not trying to trick you. Yeah. Water can cut through a rock with persistence. Mm-hmm. Anything is possible if you're willing to stay persistent in it. Yeah. Think about this. With me saying the whole my biggest fear, right? Mm-hmm. God was going to have me keep going through that fear until I realized that it was an illusion. Because it's going to take persistence to get that fear out. Because now, a year later, I can look at it and be like, that's not even a fear anymore. Like, I ain't even worried about her no more. We done lived through life, and girl, I done disappointed that man, and then I made him happy again. Like it's just life, you feel me? And realizing that it's just an illusion in my head, that's holding me back. Yep. right?
But that's the thing about going through things and being consistent in things.
It's almost like I had to keep being a disappointment to realize you're actually not a disappointment. It's just how you're looking at it.
Exactly. That's a big one. And just, honestly, just making sure, because what we was just talking about, of course, I ain't going to talk about that on here, but what we were just talking about, it's like treating them like adults. We still got to treat them like kids almost, where we gotta be repetitive. We gotta make sure that we standing on the boundaries that we set, or we gotta make sure that we're standing on the decision that we made. Whether it's an unpopular one or a popular one, it's like, but this is what I chose to do, and I'm gonna see it through.
Yep.
And until God tells me or
something
convicts
different.
Me, excuse me, thank you, that this is that, give it up, or let's do something different, let's pivot, let's, try something different, then I'm gonna do what my little heart desires.
I'm gonna do what makes me happy because it's my life. This is my human experience.
Exactly.
Not my daddy's, not my mama's.
We all get up out of here on our own. Like, we all get up out of here.
Came in this world
by ourselves.
Came out my mama's cooch by myself.
So even when
not
you're
by myself,
twin,
even when you're a twin, you come out one at a time.
One at a time. So
you don't come out together.
We are all our own individual person. We have exceptions to the rule.
I was just about to say that.
I watch Born Different.
Right. I'm like, there are some people who had C-sections and there was twins and make the placenta came out at the same time, so they came out together. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. There are exceptions.
Yeah, but we just talking in general.
Gosh, y'all, we know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But yeah, in general, right? It's like when you're consistent with something and you're persistently going through things, it gets easier to face fears once you face like your biggest one. Especially when we write stuff down, when we share journal entries, this is our real life,
real thoughts, and real things that I'm dealing with. I'm not telling you that as, oh, that's something simple and let me just tell you something. No, that's something I literally,
real things that
I didn't journal this last year thinking, oh, this is something that's gonna sound good for the people. Yeah. Let me tell the people about this a year later. This was something random
that we literally be battling.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody who tunes in and listens to this, and because we are being our vulnerable selves on here, and watching our growth is like what I love most. When I do get a chance to come back and watch our videos, I'll be like, oh my God, I remember that, and I'm not even there no more. So I went through that and I came out such a much stronger, better person after that experience. You know what I mean? And it reminds us too not to go back and what we've already dealt with. A lot of times, sometimes we'll forget we've dealt with certain stuff sometimes, and these videos definitely help with me on that kind of journey. To always be reminded, baby, you went through that, baby, because sometimes we'll get through stuff really quick.
Yeah,
and that's why I say
the whole steps and everything, and then you be realizing, and here's what happens, and then the brush will come and kick your butt, thinking you ain't accomplished nothing, ain't did nothing. You just really just forgot, honestly, because you pushed through that so fast.
Not for real.
And
we don't congratulate ourselves.
And if we do, because sometimes we will, but we won't sit in it as long as we would sit in the negative.
Right.
If something bad happened, we'll sit in that negative longer, and then it seems like, oh, the whole year was bad. When that's not the case. It had this one little day that was bad within your 365 days.
Yeah.
But you held on to that one day.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's why it just seems like it. Like, y'all. Speaking of this week, I didn't journal about this, but it just popped up in my head of something I had mentioned to my mom.
Yeah.
And I had ran across something where it explained that different people are portals for you. And so when you go back home or when you be with your parents or whatever like that, your parents are portals to your inner child, your childhood. Those are portals to your childhood. That's why they sometimes only remember you as your childhood, or they'll hold you there, right? And so I don't think that's always a bad thing, right? Because some people, the video I ran across was trying to make it seem like it's a bad thing. Like, so if you don't want to go back to that time or something like that, you may want to stay away from those different types of portals.
Yeah.
Correct? Understandable. But if you're willing to heal and understand and learn from it, face it, right? I think that's why I'm back home right now.
Yeah.
I perceive my childhood different than my siblings. Like, I was just talking to my sister about the tour. My sister remembers candy corn, gumdrop, rainbows. I'm exaggerating, but that's what my sister remembers, right? Compared to me. And I didn't remember that. That's not how I remember my childhood. And it makes sense on why I'm the sibling that's been back home the most. Yeah. Because I am the one that needed the most healing from my childhood. Yeah.
In order to get to that next level.
To that next level that I've asked God for, and I'm trusting and believing God to bring me to. Yeah. So because I'm asking for a lot and I'm believing for a lot, he's like, okay, I'm going to have to send you back. It's going to be uncomfortable. Yeah. You're going to want to rush out of there. You're not going to want to be there. And I get it. You're going to want to run away and escape from that as quickly as possible. But if you just stick to it, especially because I also have to remind, like, physically, I am very aware that physically, if anybody outside looking into my world, into my life, it don't seem like I go through a lot. And I understand that. And I'm very aware of that. Yeah. I like that, actually. That don't mean shit, though.
Right. That in reality. Yeah. That don't mean you're not going through it.
Okay. Yeah. Mentally, internally, I'm going through a lot. But I also had to start looking at, like, yes, I'm going through a lot, but I'm very much in the promised land. I'm already here. I'm already right where God wants me to be, right where I'm supposed to be, right where I want to be. It's just not looking or feeling like that right now. Yeah. Right? And I had to keep convincing myself of that. I had to stay persistent in that to get to the mindset now to where now I can actually see it.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's because we had to go back.
Yep.
And be kind of in that environment.
Be uncomfortable for a little bit.
Was this a negative?
Right.
And then we kind of...
It's a big positive, actually.
Yeah. It's a positive. But we didn't understand that then. So a lot of times, for us to really understand something, God will make us hit rock bottom.
And it's not a bad thing.
Make us hit rock bottom to make sure that we can build a stronger foundation for when we come back up.
So we're going back up.
Because life is like that. Yeah, life is that mountain that we have to climb. You know, and it's not going to be all the time glitters and gold. You know, that's not life. Life is going to have its ups and its downs, but when we don't quite understand what we're going through, that's when we or redirect our anger, our frustration on things that maybe that's not
even what you're supposed to be focused on.
That's not where you're
supposed to be. Come back over here. I promise you, God will show you. Now, granted, if you don't want to go through that, it's the beautiful thing about it, the gift of life. You don't have to. Yeah. You could choose to remove them type of people, remove that and never have to deal with that and start somewhere else, right? Not saying you still ain't going to go through things that you're just going to go a different path. But I'm just saying sometimes the thing that you're running away from, go ahead and face it. Face it. Look at it. Go through it. Yep. Don't run from it. Okay?
Because you may have prayed for that and just forgot.
Because I do that. I talk a lot.
It's a process.
I pray a lot.
To our desires.
And I forget a lot. Yep.
You know, and that's where I feel like we forget. That we forget the process. That it's a process to get to our desires.
Yep.
And that's where it's like, well, I don't understand. Why do I have... Why? You know, and it's like...
I don't want to, Lord.
I know. I swear
it's so hard.
Like that. I promise it'd be like that. It'd just be one of those things where it's like, but God is trying to say, in order for you to get to this next level that you want to be at,
that you asked me for,
you have to I have to put you back here.
Come on, and
so
it's
you
gonna
can
be
get
okay.
a
And
full
praise.
understanding.
Look, and here's the thing. I thought it was gonna be
so you're not
bad.
at the top, and that's why people that go to the top real fast, they end up falling hard.
I think it's because they don't appreciate it as much because you didn't have to not necessarily even work as hard, because I feel like there's always work in
it's just not an understanding.
Yeah, the understanding is there.
Yeah, it's like
when it's quick,
you get guilt. Yeah, you
like,
may get guilty,
you missed the process, you
missed everything. You missed the steps,
and now it's like the thing that is going to fleet away. It's going to fly away now, because nothing is. You can't hold on to anything forever, right? It's going to fleet away. You're going to try to figure out, well, how did I get to that?
Mm-hmm.
How did I do that?
And now you can't really necessarily get back to where you were. So that happens a lot nowadays with social media. So, but was there anything else? Because
I think I did as far as a journal. We can
close us out.
Let me drop the scripture for today, because today's devotional I felt aligned as well, just so I can end with some scripture real quick. So it's Romans 12:16. It is, live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. I felt this aligned because, again, going back to those portals that may reflect things from your past that you're uncomfortable with, or it makes you not like that person, whatever the case may be. I feel like my dad, me having to go through this with my dad, was a great example of still living in God allowing us to be harmonious together still. Even though we may not agree on everything, we can still live together in harmony, and love each other and accept each other, right? And that's okay. Me being back home and having to go through that, the thing that I didn't want to, that I was fearful of, right? Disappointing my father and being back home and doing all the things, right, showed me that it's all okay, and that, again, it's all in my head. It's an illusion. But God's going to make sure that the people who are supposed to be in my life will be. They will adjust. We will all adjust to each other. And if we don't agree with everything, we don't have to.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a appreciation of who's around you and in your circle.
Yes.
That's kind of what I was hearing as well when you was reading that. It's just like, because conceited is a very sensitive word for me, but yeah, when you say that, it's like be humble, right? Like be the opposite, which to me would be humble, and appreciate who's around you and analyze why they're around you. And stop trying to be irritated.
Right, because they're around you for a reason. Even if it's somebody you don't like, they're around you in your world for a reason. Your world is a reflection of you. So if it's somebody that you don't like is around you, maybe explore it. Because really, we're all supposed to be living in harmony, really. But that's hard for us to do when you're in your pride and ego. And, I don't like that person. So I cut everybody off. Now, granted, there are people that aren't just supposed to be in your world. Yeah. And the only reason they're there is because you're keeping them there, right? But there are some people that you have to realize that, oh, you know what? This person I have to deal with. For whatever reason, I keep seeing that person. Keep seeing it's for a reason. Yeah. Because trust, I know for me, I'm just going to give y'all a little bit of tea. A little bit, and then I got to let y'all go. Just a little bit of tea. I have an ex that I still low-key see on a weekly basis. And it's very interesting to me because when it comes to my exes, any other exes, I promise you, when I was done, God removed them. I don't see them ever again in my reality. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that, oh, he's still in my world, so I'm supposed to get back with him. Negative. That's not what I'm bringing that up for. I'm bringing that up just to let y'all know, just so y'all can get a picture, because I know I'm a visual person. Right. He's still here for a reason. He's still in my reality somewhat for a reason. God, what would you like? It's 11:11 on the dot as I say that. God, what would you like in this instance for that? Because I've noticed in my past, in my reality, you don't keep my exes around me. I don't ever see them ever again unless they just, there was one instance. Y'all, things be happening in my world. Okay, it just be a movie over here. fucking wild.
It do.
How people pop up and you be like, where did you come from?
Yeah, it do.
But and say all that to say there are certain people that you're going to keep seeing, and it's for a reason, and they're going to keep coming up in your life. There are these portals, and if you're asking God for something that you possibly forgot, and maybe this person he's in your face for a reason. The very person that irks you. Why would God don't want you to be irked? He don't want you to be irritated with people. You're choosing to be irritated instead of looking at what do I need to get from this, Lord? Exactly. What would you like me to do in this example here? In this instance here for me, go to him, ask him, because I promise he'll tell you. Yeah. Now, can I tell you why? For my situation right now, no, I can't. But maybe one day, once we'll get to it, because I got to come across it, right? I got to go through the process and deal with it and choose to look at it.
That understanding that we got to get, So, but I feel like that's why we're always brought back to certain things, because you haven't got your lesson, or you have not gotten your understanding, or both. So let's do that before God can really put you to that next level. That's just point blank, period.
So with that being said, now I'm done, y'all. That was it.
Yeah.
11:11. I'm over here spilling over words. I'm over here like every time that happens, I like that. Like, what am I saying right now? When y'all run across those numbers, think about what you're thinking or talking about in those very moments. 11:11, and I just said, God, what would you like in that moment? And normally, what do we associate 11:11 with?
Make a wish.
And what did I ask God? Instead of me making a wish, I asked him what he like.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, he want what we want, okay? Ultimately. It's just aligning. Like, even now, sometimes I be thinking, okay, I'm talking too much. I'm sorry, y'all. We done. I'm going to talk to Kandice now. I don't think I want to talk no more. Because with me explaining all that, more things are, like, coming into my thought process right now. And I'm like, shit. Oh, maybe that's, and it's just like, I can't tell y'all yet. Because just know that in real time, y'all are noticing things are coming to me as I'm talking to y'all about things. God is bringing things to my attention. And I'm just like, and sometimes I get so excited I forget.
Yeah, we don't want to. What it is we don't want to end up speaking things
too soon.
That's what that is. But yeah, on that note,
I love y'all.
If you're still here, I just want to say thank you so much for being here today on Friday the 13th with us. BY.R.D Talk. What's up, Kandice and
Jazzy?
And so, don't forget to be resilient
and driven
every single day, and don't forget to be guided and by love, and show gratitude every single chance that you have. I mean, I'm telling you, that's just high vibrations that you just don't want to miss out on. And follow our socials down below, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and share our video with anybody that you feel like needs to hear this. And until next Friday, bye.